at no fewer than about some reports say 14, some reports say 17, that protesters, including a policeman, yesterday lost their lives on the first day of the protest against the hardship in the country. This is really sad because reports say those killed include 6 at Suleja in Niger State, 4 in Maiduguri, Borno State, 3 in Kaduna State, and 1 in Kebbi. Aside from those that were killed during the protest, a curfew was also declared in Borno, Kaduna State, as the protesters, which started on the peaceful note, turned violent later. And clashes between the police and protesters were equally recorded in Abuja, the same FCT that the minister said was peaceful. Now, Delta and Bayelsa states, but the protest was largely peaceful in Lagos, Oyo, or Osun State. Now, at Suleja, where dozens of protesters also sustained injuries, victims were said to have been killed while security operatives were struggling to dislodge a group of protesters who mounted barricades on the section of Abuja-Kaduna highway. Now, there was a particular man who they said was just driving past, and then a stray bullet hit him. Wow. And I'm trying to look at that because the report actually said that these bullets were to disperse the protesters. And I'm asking, bullet to disperse protesters? Can someone just help me make this make sense now? Because going through, I had to do a lot of research on it, and I found out that a lot of papers actually reported this. So what is going on? What happened to the peaceful protest? What happened to the security personnel on ground? Security personnel and then the people fighting, having a clash, according to the way the reports had it. You have 1 minute to react to this story. Well,
it still boils down to the issue we talked about before, hijackers. You know, those that will want to sabotage the effort of the sincere protesters and all of that. And if you ask me, they are as well sponsored, which is still a result of hunger. Of course, it's as a result of hunger. And then the police should brace up. The police should brace up if they are on ground. Once they sense, you know, something that will disrupt the process, immediately something should be done so that we don't record.
Well, the report said that the people, that's the protesters, actually outnumbered the police. Now, if I go back to that story now, they were outnumbered. You know, some policemen who were around the barricades, you know, trapping hundreds of protesters or passengers and motorists for that hours. And some policemen who were around that barricade could not control the youths, according to reports, who outnumbered them. And a reinforcement team was also called at that time to come into the scene, and, you know, they were asked to come into the scene, and they did at that time. So this story was actually very pathetic, looking at the man who was hit by, please keep going, who was hit by a straight bullet, and the bullet reportedly hit him on his bike in front of the Suleja Police A Division, where protesters had assembled, and his nephew got to talk about what had actually happened and how the bullet was fired to disperse protesters.
Wow.
So that means live bullet, according to reports, was fired to disperse protesters. We don't have so much time to talk more about this, but we'll find out as this unfolds. We'll give you details. But this is where we get to wrap things up, and we appreciate you for being a part of this conversation. Thank you so much, Love the Operum, for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We hope to have you some other time.